Rick Hong here for Hollywood First Look. Tonight we are at PALEYFEST for the CBS hit show, The Neighborhood. Let's take a first look.
Do you have an episode where you feel like you were challenged the most, kind of trying to get into character and trying to shoot that scene?
Actually, my favorite episode this season was a serious episode we did about Gemma having a miscarriage. And I had a beautiful scene with Cedric's character, just the two of us, and there wasn't a joke in the whole scene. It was a really serious scene. And I just got so many messages from women who have struggled with that on Instagram and on social media. And it felt like so beautiful to be able to connect with our fans in that real way and have them laugh at the beginning of the episode and then be able to sort of grieve and cry. And, you know, our show's about bringing people together and community, and I'm really proud of how we've done that.
That must help you kind of realize how much you really fuel your fire at the same time, getting that kind of feedback.
Well, it's why we do it. You know, I always say I do this every day because I believe laughter can heal the world. You know, I have a purpose, and it's to make people laugh because it makes them feel better. And so anything that sort of ignites that, where you're making people feel something and talk and come together, is great. I love it.
Now, with 4 seasons and a 5th one on the way, what do you feel you've learned about yourself as an actress, and about the kind of roles and the kind of things that you can and can't do on set?
Yeah, I mean, I've been so lucky. It's been almost 11 years with 2 Broke Girls, and now we're going into season 5 of The Neighborhood and on CBS, and I just know how lucky I am, to be on television for this long, Mondays at 8, and I just look forward to working. I love to work. I can't wait to try new things, but I'm really happy also, doing this for as long as they'll have us on CBS, so it's great.
Now, do you remember when you first read the script, what was it that drew your attention and made you want to be part of it?
I was actually really lucky because Max Greenfield sent me the pilot because they had already shot something, so I was actually able to see the show and what it could be, which is not what you normally get as an actor, and I fell madly in love with Cedric and the Butler family. I just was I want to be friends with that family. I want to be a part of that family, so if I feel that, I'm sure a viewer would, and it totally drew me to the project. And also, I really wanted to be a part of a project that had a deeper social commentary and more of a social impact, and I thought this show would definitely have that, and it does, I think.
We are a sitcom, but just by the way that our show is naturally set up, we can easily tackle pretty much any issue and do it through the lens of humor and through the lens of being able to just care, And that episode in particular for me was probably the most challenging to shoot, just because there's so much emotion behind it, and trying to figure out how do I process this emotion honestly, but through a sitcom. But we were able to, I think, get it done and do a great job.
You have one episode or maybe one entire season where you felt the most challenged during an episode. Maybe it was because the vulnerability level, Sheaun was saying Black Lives Matter, and Beth was saying her scene as well. Did you feel that in any moment?
Yeah, I mean, that was one that was very real this year. We approached, the one with, the loss of a child. And I have an older daughter where this circumstance kind of existed, and, it was heartfelt. We have that great scene with she and I on the porch, and it was just very reminiscent of that, and so those are the things that, you want it to be honest, you want it to be real without, we know that we're doing a sitcom, so you don't want to be overly melodramatic where it feels like a after-school special. Yet at the same time, I think we want people to relate to this and understand that, with this show, we're trying to tell real stories about people who are living their lives. It's always a challenge when you're creating a show. You're trying to figure out where does your character grow and develop. And for me, because he was such the curmudgeonous character that really didn't, want to get along with the neighbors, wasn't really ready to grow, I found these many different levels to grow from one, toleration, to full acceptance, and now friendship. And so as we go into the 4th season, 5th season, we'll figure out what is Calvin going to be on now? Is it about even more expansive growth? Will their friendship be challenged in certain ways by new development? So, these are the kind of things you want to think about with producing this show and where we can go so that we can keep the audience engaged and loving what it is that we do.